Hello, my name is Diane and I'm an intuitive transformational coach. I have a good amount of experience in breaking addictions and habits in my own life. And I'm here to help you do the same in yours. I am going to give you an exercise, a 4-step exercise for you to implement on a daily basis or as much as it's needed to break your habit or addiction. And remember, not all habits are addictions, but sometimes if we don't nip it, when it starts becoming a very ingrained pattern, it could become an addiction later, and that's what happened with me. So I'm going to provide you a process to help you break this cycle once and for all. So the first step is awareness. This step is going to require you to reflect and to write down a few things. It's important to write these things down because when we write it down, we have a visual and we can see the pattern more clear. Otherwise, we're just reflecting, it's in our head, like we're thinking about it, and then we forget about it, right? And I always say that awareness is the key to change. We cannot change a pattern when it's unconscious, when we're not aware of what it is. So I would like you to write down on a piece of paper what this pattern is, or what the habit is, what the addiction is, and the pattern that it usually follows. There's a loop in this pattern. You're thinking a certain way, you're feeling a certain way, then you're acting a certain way. Sometimes the feeling could come first, then you're thinking. Sometimes the thinking could come first, then you're feeling. Whatever the case may be for you, I want you to identify when you find yourself in this habit, in this pattern, what kind of thoughts are you thinking? What kind of feelings are you feeling, and what is the action, and also what the result is. Is the result good or bad? How does it end up? How does it affect you negatively? How does it affect other people? These are all important things to note because these are all going to be important in the next step. What's missing? What am I escaping? What do I feel overwhelmed with? What do I feel like I cannot cope with? A lot of times habits and addictions form because our suffering is greater than our capacity to cope with the sufferings, or we don't feel like we have healthy coping mechanisms to deal with whatever problem we have or the suffering that we have internally. So writing down maybe, why do I do this? And just keep asking why. So for example, I'm stressed out, I'm overwhelmed. Why are you overwhelmed? Why? Just keep breaking down the why. And when you can't ask why anymore, then you found the root, and that's something to reflect on. Another thing to note in this awareness step is the payoff. Everything has a payoff, right? Even if this habit is having some kind of negative effect on your life, there is a payoff, right? What could the payoffs be? A sense of pleasure, a sense of comfort, be an escape. Maybe you feel safe when you do that, or you just feel better within yourself. It just makes me feel good. Whatever it is, there's a payoff, a sense of relief. I want you to write these things down. The other step of awareness is also going to be thinking of, what other ways can I give myself this payoff? Whatever it is, we want to start to brainstorm on how else can I give this to myself? How else can I give myself a sense of relief in a healthy way? How else can I give myself comfort in a healthy way? For me, it was making content. It's often good to make the healthy habit that you're going to replace it with something that's expressive or something that's physical, like exercising, like singing, like dancing. It's a lot of its energy that wants to be expressed. So number 2 is going to be pause. We are causing a break in that loop. It might be hard to pause when you're used to habitually doing something, but we've already done the awareness part of it, which is very important. Now that we are aware of the pattern, we can break the pattern. Number 3 is going to be rewire. So now instead of whatever you're doing before, you're going to do one of the healthier habits that you wrote down. You're going to go make content instead. You're going to go sing. You're going to go dance. You're going to go for a jog. You're going to go take a bubble bath. You're going to go eat healthier food. Your subconscious might be trying to self-sabotage and getting you to go back to what that normal habit is, but I want you to think about playing back that tape of what happens when you do that habit, whatever it is that you're trying to quit, the bad feeling that goes with it, all that stuff, right? So we're going to rewire, do this other action instead. And then once you get that payoff, that sense of relief, that pleasure, that joy from this habit instead, it will become more natural, it will be easier for you, and it will be more desirable than the other habit. You know, it's all about trial and error, and it's okay if you go backwards. It's okay if you don't do it. We are creating awareness. We are working on breaking a pattern. It can take time. So don't beat yourself up. Beating yourself up is part of the self-sabotage cycle. If that didn't work for you, find something else. So number 4 is going to be repetition. The habit that you're trying to quit became a habit because you kept repeating it, right? Thinking, feeling, acting. So we just put a wrench in this, and now we're rewiring this. We're saying, no, we're not going to do this. We're doing this instead, and just keep doing it. And you want to do it quickly, because sometimes if you pause too long, you might not want to do it. Keep doing that, and you should start to see a change. You're going to start to see progress. You're going to start to see that you don't even think about that old habit anymore, that this new habit feels better. It gives you the same payoff, and you're healthier, and you just successfully broke your old habit. So give it a try, and best of luck to you. Don't give up, because you're worth it.